man.
I think we are officially ready for the stream now, guys.
Alright,
Sorry.
alright.
Sorry about that, everybody.
Alright,
Yeah.
so, um, just like we're good to go, and I'll start spieling stuff off.
Ready when you guys are.
Well, welcome to Twisted Perceptions, guys. For our players and for some of the people inside the stream, this is actually session number 2. But we will be calling this episode 1. And this episode will be referred to, can't remember what I'm calling it, the lower half. That's what we'll be calling it. So Twisted Perceptions episode 1, the lower, I think it wasn't already. Wow. All right, so I'm right back in. So where is our team was left off, just outside of a castle as they were looking for things to go. They were right outside the Lost Hive of Necromancy, and as you have gone through quite a bit in 24 hours, you have lost your team and regained your team. You have seen some crazy things, and there's a masked man who you really want to kill. And you've only gotten this gem that your friend had asked you to pick up, and you finally got it in your hand, but you realize that it's actually a sending stone. Now, the middle of the night, and you guys are just outside of the Lost Hive of Necromancy, facing the town of Gunblin, but you need to go to Bathheld, which is just a little bit veering off of that same area. What do you want to do, guys?
Yeah. So we've just exited this whole shenanigan and killed a fiend and whatnot, got the sending stone, saw a weird message. Standing outside, looks at the fact that it is the dead of night. Looks at everyone else. I think perhaps we should take a rest here. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't exactly feel like traveling when it's this dark.
Seems smart.
That's fine with me.
I don't see a problem with that.
Make camp.
As you guys go ahead and decide you're going to rest for the night, you're going to make up camp, who do you guys think would take first, second, third watch? I'd say right about now it's maybe midnight.
As we'll take first watch.
So then,
The other, so the other
Commodore will
three-
take middle watch.
All right, cool. Honor, what are you doing, my friend?
I would, as we're all getting ready, Connor, before he actually gets ready for the night, is going to prepare a small little ritual to helm. Well, really, Emrin at this point, and off to the side, he just quietly takes out a little bit of incense, a little bit of holy water, sets it down, holds his amulet, and he goes, Emrin, I have need of clarification. I have come into a little bit of a bind, and I need help to know what I should do. I need to know if this Azurus that I'm traveling with is affected by some type of time magic. If the Council of Nine that we just overheard is a danger to the world, and if we should protect the 8th member that they say is going to destroy it, or if we should end him prior to.
You close your eyes, and as you do, you find yourself in a white room. You see as things are lined, and the room smells of granite. and you can feel stone underneath your feet as if your shoes have been taken off. And you look up as everything seems to gleam at you, and you see the embodiment of Emmerich standing in front of you, and she looks at you with a bleak face and says, "I need you to repeat that. You caught me at a bad time."
I'm sorry. I just kind of... It's been a really weird day. I have 3 questions for you. The first
Okay.
one.
One.
Does Azurus, that I just met today, apparently affected by time magic of any kind?
She's not crazy.
Okay. That doesn't really help me, but sure. Alright. Second question. Is the Council of Nine a danger to the world?
There's a lot to be said about the Council of Nine. Danger to the world thing might be a bit of a stretch. It can very well destroy the world, but they don't normally seek to do so.
Okay. The 8th member. They said that he has to be killed because he will destroy the world. Do we protect him?
It depends on what you mean by protect. Would you... so that he doesn't have to suffer from those? Or would you keep him alive?
Do we kill him before they kill him? Is that a better question for you?
She laughs at you as everything turns to mist. And she says, "Take him out if you want."
He just...
As you open your eyes from your prayer, you see inscribed on the ground in front of you, "Or if you can."
Ramanor is still doffing his armor.
God damn it all. He just puts everything away. And then he just takes a seat against the building. Looking back at the pile of ash that was once his team. And once again offering up a small prayer. Before he actually goes. Can all of you just wake me up for the last... the actual last watch?
I can do that for you.
Alright. So as Ramanor goes ahead and he agrees to waking up Connor for his next watch, we have as in you guys are now set up for the first watch. You noticed it's in about 30 or so minutes. Everyone is kind of settled into their spots. You see Connor kind of got his back leaning up. Ramanor is kind of sprawled out just in the grass somewhere. And Cal's probably up in the trees like a Cal normally would be.
Absolutely.
So what are you two doing? What are you guys doing? And before you do that, I would like for Vin to roll a d4, no modifiers. Alright. So, and you look over at Az, and you notice her become just a little fidgety. What do you do?
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. She's going to walk up to her sister. She's going to nudge her with her shoulder. Alright, sis. Talk to me.
I already talked to you earlier and you didn't believe me until we ran through this whole shenanigan. There's nothing else to say.
You can't blame me for that. It's a tall tale to believe.
Oh.
I'm here now.
Far too much to explain. 10 years worth to explain.
So sum it up.
travel the world with these three bumbling band of whatever the hell they are. And did what we did best. Took out the people that needed to be taken out. Made some coin along the way. We were doing good.
But that's what
And
we've
then-
always done.
Yes, well, we needed them when it came down to the Council of Nine.
That's scary, huh?
Yes. And she's like fidgeting with the stone in her hand as she's talking.
I've been thinking since you took that. We should leave it in the vessel. Away from prying eyes, away from anyone that can take it until we decide what to do with it.
Later.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You know I know what you're going to try something. I know you.
Not to do anything stupid.
Mm-hmm. Your definition of stupid is, well, not the best.
My definition of stupid has fed our stomachs for the past 5 years.
Yes, it has. Because I've been there to protect you. We've been there to protect each other. Listen, I can see that you've been through a lot. I can see it on your face. You've changed. You're different. Why don't we leave all this behind us? Sell the stone and move on. If they're that scary, if they've done all of this damage, who cares? We need each other, you and I, not them. When have we ever needed a man before?
You need them now. There's... Look, and like an entire change in demeanor, going from quiet to just like, nope, can't cope. She just, fine. You want to take it? Take it. Shoves the stone into her hand. Put it away. Don't care. Go to sleep. Everybody just go to sleep and we'll deal with this when we've all slept and dealt with today.
We will get through this. I love you.
Love you too.
Good.
She stalks off to go sit down and pulls out the hilt of her sword. Just kind of sits
Yep.
back.
Then,
Hmm.
as you
And he cuts out.
Yep, I can't hear you.
Audio gone.
can't,
God damn it.
There we go.
There. I heard you for a second there.
He's gone! Woohoo!
When we thought we got all the bugs out.
how about
Just
now?
all
Can
of
you
the
hear me now?
problems today.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I much louder now?
Yes.
All right. So as you guys, Vin, as you go ahead and you turn around and you go and watch the other side of the camp, you feel this stone start to kind of vibrate in your hand very slightly, and you hear an unfamiliar voice just whisper to you, "Is that you, Azurus?" And that's it. That's all you hear. What do you do?
She's gonna ignore it. She's not gonna respond.
Okay. All right. Cool. Time passes by. With your roll, nothing happened. Everything seemed pretty calm at night around that time, and it's about 3 in the morning, and it is time for Romanor to take over watch.
Before the end of her long rest, or before the end of her, like the end of her watch, she's
Uh-huh.
going to bamf into her ring,
Sounds
taking
good.
the phone with her.
Sounds good. Az, are you going to grab the ring?
Yeah, it was
No.
as wearing the ring.
Okay.
So
Az wears the
He
ring.
wears it.
That's correct. And Az, are you going to wake up Romanor?
Yep, she gets up, goes over to the ginormous sleeping Romanar, and just kind of pokes him in the back with her boot.
The last cookie.
Typical. Romanor! Up.
What? Oh, is it my time to watch the
It's
camp?
your turn to watch.
Okay.
Don't go chasing a wolf tonight. And then she just walks over and curls up with her stuff and just knocks out in a moment.
Gets up.
Yeah, Romanor, you get up, and having heard Az make that comment, even though she technically, in your mind, has never met you before, it's a little weird to you. What do you do?
He goes and leans against the strongest tree around because Big Boy needed a strong tree.
All right, cool. I need you to roll me a d4.
Haha, D4. I will roll that on D&D Beyond. Is that okay?
Perfectly fine.
Cool.
As long
That's
as
a
you don't
2.
lie about your roll, I'll fight you. Okay. That's a 2. All right.
I can share that screen if you want.
No, it's perfectly fine. So, Omenor, you feel very quickly a cold touch on your ankle. It doesn't necessarily tug you, you just feel it on your ankle, and then it disappears.
He will look down to it.
You look down at your ankle, and you don't see anything, actually. There's not really much there.
That was weird. Maybe it was just the breeze.
All right, Romanor, I need you to give me a perception check now.
Oh boy. The thing I am horrid at. Never mind, that's a nat 20.
There's Nat 20!
I will screenshot this so that you do not question me.
Okay, so Romanor, you pick up everything that's going on around you. You love animals so much, you kind of can understand like what's natural and what's not. And you notice that there are humanoid footsteps just about 10 feet away from the tree, moving away from your camp.
Ramonor will go after it. Slowly. He has no armor, so no disadvantage at stealth.
Okay, cool. Give me a stealth check then.
Stealth.
Or do you care about stealthing?
Oh, he's gonna do it quietly, as much as he can, being the big boy he is. That's an 11.
11. Okay. Romanor. Oh. Romanor, you natural 20. Romanor, you look around and you see that the steps that you were following have stopped. It was a hard stop. Seems like the footsteps inside of this ground now since the ground has become more like mud than it is solid ground. And you can look at the footsteps, noticing that the depressions are of kind of like a creature that is a little lighter than normal, but wherever the footsteps stop, they get a little deeper. What do you do?
Gonna reach out a hand to where these footprints are, like if there was something there.
Your hand touches something solid that isn't there.
Grasp.
Okay. Make me a strength check.
I'm decent at those. 20.
20. All right. You feel as if there is bone crackling in your hand. And you just hear a blood-curdling scream. And as you do, a vampire appears in your hand. And he looks you directly in and he goes to stab you. What is your...
Am I doing damage with my hand?
You are.
Smite.
Okay. All right. Okay, give me an unarmed strike and add your smite to it.
Smite!
Am I rolling damage for an unarmed strike? Just the damage. Okay, cool.
Damage, yep.
I don't have to roll because it's just a flat 4 for that.
Flat
but
4,
the
okay.
smite, I will drop if it's a vampire. Yeah, we'll go. Oh, I don't have their levels anymore. Oh wait, no, I do. I forgot. I don't remember exactly what he used. I know he used Zone of Truth, but I don't think he used anything else. Sorry, we did a spar at some point, so
No, it was actually the stuff for last week. I mean, last time. That's why.
mhm.
You've only used Zone of Truth. You've only used Zone of Truth.
That was it.
So he's gonna drop a 3rd level smite.
Snap. Go ahead.
He's about to rest and get it back.
Yeah, he's about
You
to.
don't care. And that, my brain isn't working. Where is my smite? It's just 2d8 for 1 level and then 2 more d8 for the rest, right?
Yes.
Or no, not 5. 4. 20 damage.
20 damage. Okay, cool. So when you go ahead and you grab, your hand glows in this vampire's arm, and as it does, you feel the arm go limp. And as that happens, you pull away, getting ready to go for another strike, and you realize that his arm is in your hand. And
Came up.
he's going to make an attack roll against you. Does a 17 hit?
Without my armor on, I believe so. It would be Dex plus 10, right?
Yeah.
So 13. Yeah, that hits.
All right, cool. He is going to stab at you with a dagger with his offhand, and he's going to hit for 7 damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Important question.
Yes.
Would Connors have heard the scream? Because he has a 27 passive.
You're asleep. I'd cut that in half. No.
No?
Well,
Okay.
isn't sleep? It drops 10.
That's a nat 1.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
But doesn't
Okay.
I believe doesn't like sleeping drop your passive by 10?
Oh, it drops it by 10. You'll be 12. Still no.
No, that'd be 17.
17. Oh God. Yes, you would hear it.
Okay.
You take 13 poison damage,
Okay.
and
Wait.
you're also poisoned.
Alright.
Oof.
With the fact that he actually hears the scream, he's going to bolt upright and quickly wake everybody he could see.
Okay, so Cal's still asleep then.
Yeah, he's hiding in the tree.
Of course.
Would he be in reach? Because he will push him out of the tree with his hammer if need.
Oh,
with his
oh no,
warhammer.
he's a bit far up in the tree for that. Just
Okay. Simple.
oh no.
Because he would have actually seen what tree he went up. Goes up with the hammer in hand and
Oh,
just whacks the tree as hard as he can.
All right. As you guys are doing this, Romanor, what do you do?
He's going to take the warhammer from his side and go to swing,
All right, go ahead. Give me an
dropping
attack
You
the
said-
arm.
You did. Connor woke the rest of us up. Yeah.
Yeah.
roll. Yeah.
Yeah. Connor wakes his ears up. She wakes up swinging. She's used to this. She wakes up and just immediately, because she always keeps her hilt in hand when she sleeps, just pulls out the freaking sunblade and activates it and is like, "What the hell?" Figures out what's going on and immediately is running towards Romanor with her sunblade wielded.
Sean, you're
Right.
muted.
Does a 13 hit?
Then bamps out of the ring when she sees, because she can still see and hear from inside the ring.
That makes sense. Yes, a 13 does hit.
So
If this thing is still standing when he's done, I'm gonna stab it.
That's 10 damage from the bludgeoning. Let me see.
So once again, hammer swing.
Yeah.
Do I need to roll for that, or is it just gonna happen?
Are you hitting the tree or are you hitting him?
I'm hitting the tree because he said he's too high.
No, you don't need to roll for that.
All right, I'm hitting the tree to wake him, to jostle the tree enough for him to wake up, and then running. And all I yell is, "Cal, there's a fucking yelling! Get your fucking ass up!"
That's another 3rd level smite. I'm
All
dropping
right.
both my spells.
All right, and how much damage?
Hold on. 16. So 26 total with the bludgeoning
Oh.
and smite.
How do you want to kill him?
The ripped off arm, he drops it, takes out his hammer, and then just clocks him aside the head, knocking his head off in some direction.
All right, sounds good. You see the arm in your hand, and you drop it, and you pull over and just grab your hammer, and in one foul swoop, without even thinking about it, you pull your hammer out as if you're getting ready to attack, but you think you might as well just attack on the way out. And as soon as you do, you hit his head so hard, and the level of holy power that is in this hammer cleans his head off and sends it 40 yards in the opposite direction.
And you thought you could fight me? I fought Strahd. Come on.
All
Zeus
right.
comes running up. She sees the head just go flying and just stops. Turns off her sunblade, and it's like, why does it always happen when I'm asleep?
I don't know. The vamp was just sneaking around the camp, and I caught him, and then I killed him.
Are there more? Then she's like,
Not that I
looking
know
around.
of.
Okay.
Connor's
Well,
eye
as
is
you
twitching
guys-
this entire time.
He's doing what?
Connor's eye is twitching, and then he just looks to Romanar. He's like, "Aren't you a paladin?
Yeah, what about it?
Don't you have some ability that allows you to see if there's anything?"
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry. Divine Sense.
Okay, cool. As you use Divine Sense, you notice that there is nothing really around you that is evil or fiendish or things of that nature. You realize that this was kind of like a lingering vampire.
I think it was just one of the ones that hid away when we were killing the other ones. Nothing
so we were
around.
woken up for nothing. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't wake anybody up.
Connor looks at everybody else like, "I had to deal with 40 vampires, and losing 9 men. If I had to wake us up to kill one, I would do it in a heartbeat regardless. To save him."
Connor, with your passive perception, you recognize this vampire as a scout.
And to top it all off, this one's a scout, so who knows how many is actually also around us. So we have
just
that to deal with
blade.
now.
Turns it back on. So, no sleep. We're hunting.
Yes, we're gonna be hunting. No sleep for us tonight.
Oh, joy.
I
And
can
then-
always put an alert around the barrier of our campsite, and we'll know if something comes. So we can try at least to get a little bit of sleep.
That's actually not half bad. I have a spell for that.
As do I.
You just used a bunch.
I used 2 higher level spells, not that many.
Okay, fine, then I'm going back to sleep. And she just marches off back towards the camp and goes to go back to sleep. She's not gonna argue.
Now that Ven can't sleep in her ring, she's going to go follow her sister.
Connor looks to Romanar and glares. I'm like, "I don't care if you find a damn squirrel again and you decide to run after it. You make sure you bring us all." And then he follows the girls.
If you wake me up for a squirrel, I don't care how many years we've been together, I will stab you. You just hear her, like, from, like, 50 feet away. Just,
Why would I wake you up for a squirrel? I mean, I can just talk to him myself.
there's an answer.
Al
Rob
stares
Lord-
at a squirrel that runs to the tree.
Romanor takes out a tiny bell and a piece of fine silver and starts working at making a, 20-foot cube worth of space where if anything walks through it, he will be alerted.
All right, sounds good.
Anything tiny or larger.
Okay, cool.
Set it.
The rest of your shift is clean. Nothing's going on.
Cool.
And now it is moved over to Connor and Cal.
Connor just sits in the middle of this damn cube that Romanar set up. And just holds his holy symbol in hand, not really thinking, just looking around occasionally.
Give me a D4.
That's a 4.
All right. Connor, as you close your eyes, you notice yourself in the domain of Imran once again. And you find Imran standing in front of you again, and she says, "You know what? I was a bit snippy with you. This 8th mask holder, he seems to have broken their creed. And their creed prevents them from destroying the world. That's about all I know."
So we kill him before they do? Is that what I'm understanding?
I don't get into the politics of secret organizations.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Neither would I.
And you basically bamf right back into your camp.
Alright, this is how this goes. Okay. Alrighty. Connor's just gonna sit there for a minute and be like, I did not think that this was how today was gonna go. Okay. This works.
Okay, so as this has all happened, the rest of your watch also seemed like it was pretty calm. Sunlight starts to peek through, everyone starts to wake up. As you finally wake up, you remember that you are looking for your old handler, Goldie. Goldie can be found in the town of Baffled, which is basically back in the same direction of the last city you're in, the city of Lamps, but all you need to do is just veer off a little south, and you'll make yourself right there.
No! We lost her!
Jack, we lost.
We love the timing of a Discord crash. You're looking for
Oh wow, really? Yeah, you're looking
nothing.
for
Nothing.
you're looking for your old handler Goldie, who's in the town of Baffled, which is near the city of Lamps where you recently came from. But all you need to do is veer a little south, and you'll be just on your way there.
She wakes up, starts gathering stuff instantly because you never stay in one place that long. Turns to Ven, if Ven is awake. He's like, "Stone."
It's in the vessel. Sorry, you don't have it. It's in the vessel. It's gonna stay there.
I am going to stab him one day, just like I did. Almost did, didn't do, whatever. Hate time. Anyways,
You stabbed me?
Hmm?
Did you just say you stabbed me?
you? No, that one points over at Romanor.
Who is snoring very loudly.
I would stab him as well.
Anyways,
Glad you haven't already.
I need to figure out if I'm selling it off to Goldie or if we're keeping it.
Well, I should tell you, and this stays between us, but the stone talked to me last night. Well, they were trying to talk to you, but I didn't answer. I don't like that.
They say.
Just asked for you. They called your name. I almost didn't tell you.
Nope, Goldie's not getting this one. I've got far more important things.
That's why it stays in the vessel for now.
But that doesn't mean we need to tell her that.
Yes. Agreed. You can't have her on us.
I don't like not delivering.
Well, do we have any gold from the last job left?
Enough.
Right.
Alright. We make our way over. Hello, we didn't, well, I'll think of something when I'm not waking up. And she looks around to see who else is awake.
Romanor is still snoring very loudly.
Ben's just going to cast Chill Touch and just touch him with like a freezing cold finger to the forehead.
You know, even though that's a necrotic spell, I'll let that happen. I'll let that be the case.
It's cold. Really cold.
Romanor will stop snoring, open his eyes. What'd you do that for?
It's time to wake up.
You just got Azure snickering to the side.
Connor would probably wake up at this. Well, no, Connor's been awake this entire time anyway. He just watches it. And he just sighs.
We didn't need your alarm spell. Your snoring kept half the forest away.
Accurate.
I was snoring again.
You always snore. The only time you didn't snore was when we shoved eucalyptus leaves up your nose.
I don't remember that.
None of you do. Anyway, where's the hiding one?
3.
Romanor will get up and start donning his armor.
Connor just points up to the tree.
And she looks down at one of the hand axes at her belt, and she looks so tempted. So tempted. And then she resists, and she goes up to the tree and looks up. Pal! Does he just not answer?
No, he shoots awake, and I'm gonna roll a dex save to see if he falls out of the tree.
Go ahead.
Oh, he got a 28. He's fine. He's not gonna fall out of the tree. He's
Alright,
a plus
sounds good.
9.
Son of a gun. Give me a second. Of course it would end up breaking again. God damn it all.
What happened?
My audio cut out again. My video cut out. I don't know why.
From Twitch?
Yeah, it's all is acting. Why? Why are you doing this to me right now?
Hello, our fellow Twitchers. If you are watching us and you can hear us, I would like to let you know that things like this happen. And if you can hear us, continue to imagine the game.
Got it.
All right.
Kind of. Why? Where is everybody else's video go?
All right, let's keep going.
Go ahead. I'm trying to fix one of our cameras.
All right, cool. So as you guys do this, you've decided that you're not going to give this stone to Goldie. Instead, you're going to have to go just go speak with your current handler and Is this handler in the City of Lamps or also in Batheld?
Would probably be in the City of Lamps.
All right, sounds good. So it sounds like you guys are going back to the City of Lamps.
Lots of travel. Fine.
I don't like cities. I don't like cities at all.
No,
Many
I know
people.
you don't, but you need to get over yourself, hun. Anyways.
All right,
Gather
cool.
your stuff.
Sounds-
Corral the group.
Sounds good. You guys decide that you're going to go over to the City of Lamps, so you're going to walk over the sky bridges that you spent so long with your guys' first like in-person encounter with each other. And as you guys walk through the sky bridge, you see other adventuring parties who seems as though they've been together for years. As you see these adventuring parties, you just think to yourself, they don't have anything on us. They haven't seen what we've been through. But in fact, as you haven't been through anything at all with this team, because they don't know who you are. But as you walk up to the City of Lamps, you actually see a large domed city that's been domed over with all kinds of super light concrete and things like that. Because as you walk into the gates of this city, you see why they call it the City of Lamps. You see thousands of floating lamps at the top of this dome that are lighting the streets as if it's a perpetual time of dusk. You look deep into the city and you can see tall towers built up as if this is a metropolis of somewhere that should be years ahead of its time. And you are looking for your current handler. Where would you go to find her?
She's going to head to a tavern, not in like, not in the super sketch part of town, but it's definitely not where the rich people are. That is called the Spinning Spider, and is going to head inside.
All right, cool. As you find the Spinning Spider Tavern, you walk in and you see your handler. She's sitting there in her average bright pink garb. Doesn't really seem like she would be someone who would be sending rogues, thieves, or mercenaries out on missions. But that's exactly what she would want you to think. And as Connor, Romanor, and Cal enter this tavern,
How hard is it for Romanor to fit in here?
it's pretty tough. You're pretty tall. You're like a 9 foot tall thing.
9'6", 9.5.
Yeah, you're like 9.5 feet tall. You have to kind of hunch over and to walk in, but as soon as you get in, the ceiling is about 12 feet in the air, so you can stand comfortably here. And as you look around, you all see that at the bar, there's just a water genasi there, just kind of like dripping its finger into people's drinks, filling up its water and things of that nature. And you find that you can smell bread in the air and that you can smell hot coals coming from the kitchen. What does everyone want to do?
Az is just looking around for the handler.
All right.
Romanor will step up to the bar, to the
Uh-huh.
water genasi. Do you by chance have some milk?
She thinks for a second, and I think I can whip something up. I'll be right back. She runs into the back.
Thank you.
Connor would, when she gets back, would just ask for some ale, or at least a very, very strong drink.
She comes back with a glass of milk and just ale coming right up. And the water genasi looks to you, Connor. What do you do?
Connor just
Not Connor. I'm sorry. To Cal.
Maybe just some water.
She pulls out a cup from like her little satchel, and she like just taps her hand on the cup, and it's already full of water, and she hands it to you. And she looks at you and says, "Ale, right?" And she walks off into the back. Az and Vin, you see you don't even see, you feel a woman stand right behind you and place her hand on both of your shoulders. It's like, it's been quite some time. You ready for your next job?
Az is kind of half turns. Well, I just need to tell someone the last one didn't go like we like, but yes.
She looks at you. She's like, "Well, I've heard rumors of someone called the Game Master. Maybe I can put you on his tail."
Right? Which kind of job is it?
Recon, more than likely, unless you can kill this Game Master. But everyone I've sent after him hasn't come back.
What's the higher bounty?
I think you want this one dead for the good. You can have anything you find on his person or in his quarters.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Nope.
No,
Pretty
it
good.
just she looks over at the other three who are getting drinks and is like, "Oh gods, we've got to get
Armanor is just drinking milk.
It's... I'll figure that out later. I'll take it."
What she said.
What she said.
What'd you say?
She said, "We'll take it."
All right, sounds good. She looks at you guys and she just smiles, and she pretty quickly just disappears. And there's a piece of paper on Az's shoulder.
Natch takes it.
You look at the piece of paper and it reads very clearly. It's like, the last thing I heard was just outside of the Ironwood Forest in Orsted.
So many places to travel. No, so quick. And she like folds it up and then sticks it on the inside of her armor. Easy access. Turns to the others. We really need to get you out of that milk thing again. Anyways. Right.
What's wrong with drinking milk?
You're in a
It's
tavern.
like this. It makes you look like more and more of a big target. She looks
don't think I'm
around.
a
She
target.
looks around. She's like, "Can you not already see half the room staring?"
Romanor,
Huh.
you look around and you see
Are
this
they?
tavern. You see this tavern full of almost mercenaries, just kind of snickering at you.
People like Az are just all.
I mean, how do you think I grew so tall and strong?
Dear gods, please don't give me a lecture on drinking milk and eating vegetables.
Did I
The
do
water,
that before?
the water genasi comes out and hands Connor some ale, and she looks at you two, Vin and Az, and just hands you your normal drinks and just walks off.
Az just has straight rum. Just
Vin has wine.
What do you guys do?
snob. She looks at Ben. Snob. But joking, like teasing her.
Pirate.
You know, I'm
Romanor's
really
looking
good
at all of the
wine.
drinks that everyone has.
What?
Questioning. Romanor's looking at all the drinks everyone has, questioning what they are, other than the water.
Az just looks over at Ben. She's like, "You do realize I really would have become a pirate if you didn't get seasick. You are the only reason I'm not a pirate."
Well, gee. You're welcome.
Connor
Alright, finish
finishes.
things quickly. We have more travel to do.
Connor just finishes his ale, puts it down, puts down the coin for it, and just looks at Azorus and be like, "Since we're following your lead, and my goddess told me that pretty much the Eighth has broken the creed of the council, I'm guessing that we need to do something with him. Either take him out because it looks like he may actually be involved with what they said and will destroy the world, or whatnot."
She knocks back a good portion of her drink. Right. Getting to that. First thing I need to do is settle something with a handler to do with the stone. Considering I'm not exactly going to get paid for that now. Which also means we're taking on a job too. So that we can actually travel and pay for what we need to continue on. Then we find the 8th. Also, would Azurus know what it meant that he broke the creed?
We'll call that a deja vu dice.
Deja vu.
The first one so far. Yes.
Give
We doing odds and evens? Is that
roll
it?
me. Yeah. What do
Do,
you got?
do I roll?
I'm rolling.
Oh, you're rolling. Odd.
That, my friend, is a 9. You got it. You recognize that when he says Brick broke the creed, you remember that in the future past, the days of future past, you remember what happened, and you remember when you were fighting the 6th user, you realized, the 6th mask holder to be more precise, you realize that the creed of the 9 is number 1, having all the gold is just as good as knowing where it is, or vice versa. 2, I can steal one thing and throw the world into entire chaos. 3, the balance of the world is what keeps me in work.
I feel like I should be writing this down.
One of us should be.
I started, but he went too fast for me.
1,
Hold on. I'm pulling up my notes right now.
knowing where the gold is just as good as having it. 2, the balance of the world is what keeps me having a job. 3, I can steal one thing and throw the world into chaos.
Cool. Frantic typing. I wrote it. Cool. Azurus remembers that. She does not like the sound of that because Thief Mind says, "Oh, there is one thing to steal that's gonna throw this all over the edge, and if he's broken the creed, he's either stolen it or is going to steal it. Bad." Okay. Finishes her drink, chucks the coin over at the girl, rallies the others up. She's like, "Let's get out of here before this one gets a full stabbed because he's drinking milk," and starts walking out the door.
All right, so
I'm gonna put a piece of gold for him.
Crap, his audio died out.
yeah.
I can't do anything about that.
As you guys decide you're going to walk outside of the tavern, you guys walk out of the tavern into this, again, this almost metropolis of the city. And as you're walking around, it seems normal. Like there seems to be people walking through the city streets, bustling streets. There are homeless people sitting on the edges of the streets with their hands out on their knees, holding out cups, hoping people gives them loose copper coins, things like that. And you guys are currently in the city center. What would you like to do?
Audio should be fixed, by the way. Gramenor put a gold on the counter for his milk.
Okay, cool.
Azurus is on a one-track mind. She's gonna go talk to Goldie.
Okay, so you have to go to the city of Baffler for that.
No, hold on. Wait. What was the information on the Game Master?
The Game Master's in Orsted.
Orsted.
It's further north.
Cool.
If you
We'll deal
look
with that
up,
later.
yeah,
Making
if
sure
you-
that I didn't need anything else in this city.
yeah, if you look at the map, you can see it. It's all on the map that I gave you
So-
guys.
Cool. I was just checking that I didn't need anything else in this city. I don't think I do.
All right. If
So-
you don't think you do, you can make whatever decision you want.
I don't like how you said that, and now I'm overthinking everything. Except I don't think I do, so they're just gonna move on.
Cool.
She's just one track. Like, I need to get this done. I need to get this done. I need to get this done.
All right, cool. So as you guys go and you leave the city of Lamps, you're heading. Where are you headed? Are you headed to Baffled or are you headed to Orsted?
Baffled to
You're
talk to
heading to
Goldie.
All right, cool. You're headed to Baffled. This is the third time in 2 days you have been on this sky bridge. At this point, you're kind of tired of this amazing view that if you look far enough out, you can see the Sea of Euron. And if you look down further, you can also see the Snakehead River across the Black Lake. And you, as you're doing this, you're looking around, and you can see that the sky bridge veers towards the Lost Hive of Necromancy, but it veers a little just south to take you into a forest that is right before the city of Baffled.
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys doing?
Connor looks around, see it, because he hasn't been this far south in a while.
All right, cool. You guys find yourselves walking down almost a mountain pass into now what's become a thick forest. Cal kind of seeing that he's feeling more at home. And as you guys do, you see that there is a group of like probably 5 or 6 mercenaries that is following and what looks like guarding a very rich family. What are you doing?
Cal's gonna try and sneak closer to them to see if he can find out who they are.
Okay.
I was gonna say, how close are we to them?
They're about 100 yards away from you. They're headed towards the sky bridge that you just came down.
Oh, so we're gonna bump into each other.
You're going to bump into each other anyway, yep.
Connor, seeing them, starts paying more attention to what's around us. Because if he sees nobles with mercenaries, then that typically means that they're keeping watch for an ambush.
Okay, cool. So as you guys do this, you guys are walking through and you run into this group of mercenaries that is guarding this rich family. Cal, as you get to them, you can see that this is actually a family. This doesn't look like it's any kind of ploy or anything like that. It seems like this family paid to have these mercenaries watch after them when their travels to wherever they might be going.
Got a 21 for sneak, by the way.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's good for me. And then Connor, anything else as something?
Is there anything visibly valuable anywhere?
You see one of the mercenaries has a particularly nice looking dagger.
He wants the dagger. I see that look you're all giving me, but
I'm not. Connor knows nothing. Connor knows nothing, so he can't say
is it on
anything.
his belt?
Ramanor knows less. He can't teach.
Is it on his belt?
No, it's in his hand.
She's not stupid.
Sounds like you're stupid. You're about to try and steal a dagger from some random person.
How many mercenaries are there? Just out of curiosity.
No. Even Az isn't
mercenaries.
going to. Ugh.
Ramanor will not murder family or mercenaries.
No. Fine. If that's the only valuable thing. Oh, by the way, Katai's been on her shoulder the whole time. Unless he's in his pocket dimension, he's probably somewhere on her person, visible.
And that is what Ramanor is staring at currently.
For those of you who do not know Katai is Azuris's familiar, who is this really colorful looking little lizard that could fit in the palm of your hand. And he has a perpetual blep. Yeah, she also wants to see, like, she wants to figure out who this family is and all that, like, mercenary brain working.
Okay, cool. So as you figure this out, you understand that this is probably just a family who lives in the upper half of Baffled. And you realize that from how many times you've been in and out of Baffled, that there's an upper half to Baffled and there's a lower half to Baffled. The upper half seems to be the rich people, and the lower half seems to be, the slums almost. And to travel towards the Sky Bridge, you need to travel through the lower half of Baffled.
Okay. And they're coming, so they're leaving Baffled.
They are leaving Baffled, and you're going towards Baffled. Yep.
Cool. If she doesn't see anything she can steal, she's just gonna keep walking past.
All right, cool. As you guys continue to walk through, you see some tattered, thrown together gates in Baffled here, and once you get there, you see the city of Baffled. And as you guys are thinking, you guys kind of recall all of your knowledge from this small continent that you're all from, and it says, the city of Baffled is primarily a trade port as well as a tourist landing for most people who tend not to want to travel through the gnarled woods, which is the little archipelago that connects the two different continents. It's a large bustling place with shops, fancy and terrible inns, as well as it's famous for its guards and escorts that this town produces for obvious reasons. The closer you get to the water, the more developed or newer things begin to look. And as you enter into the city and you walk in, you actually enter in through the slums of Baffled, or what people would refer to as the lower half. Things seem to not really be paying attention. You realize and you remember that the city has a mayor, but he doesn't pay too much attention to the lower half of Baffled. These children don't even recognize that the concrete that they're stepping on is crumbling underneath their feet, and they think that's normal. Connor, as you see this, a young child walks up to you and is looking up to you and goes to try and shake your hand. What do you do?
Connor instinctively is going to put his hand on his coin purse, and he's going to also shake the child's hand. And he's going to bend down at the same time and just be like, "Where's your parents?"
Connor, with your 27 passive perception, you notice that there is an adult lingering in the darkness looking at the two of you.
Connor's going to take out a gold coin and is going to slip it into the child's hand. And is going to say, "Make sure you get something to eat."
The little kid nods at you and just runs off.
Connor's eyeing the adult from the corner of his eye to see where he goes.
The little kid runs with the adult, and then they both disappear into the darkness of the alleyway that they were in.
Oh
Would
god.
Azurus have noticed what Connor was doing?
Huh?
Would Az have noticed what Connor was doing?
Yes.
She kind of nudges him. "Look, I know you like to be kind. Don't do that too often. You've just told them we've got money to spare, which we don't."
No, I told them I have money to spare.
"Yes, but you're traveling with the rest of us."
And then Connor just gets quiet and just nods, and he's just like, "I still don't know this damn crazy chick who's telling me what the hell to do."
Ramanor's just staring at Katai.
Katai is staring right back. Every so often his
Ramanor-
tongue just slaps his eye and then comes
Yeah.
back.
So as you do that, you see Shaq. I was going to say Shaq. As you notice, as you are looking around, you're like, like it seems as though there are more children on the streets than normal. Shaq, as you remember, you as well, Vin. You remember that the adults of this city tend not to do the dirty work themselves. They tend to use the children to do most of the thieving work, and that the adults try to be the handlers more than they try to be the ones doing the dirty work.
Yep. Kids are small and easily missed.
Or
Actually,
people
the Ramanor.
feel bad for them.
I feel like Az has at least on a couple of occasions also used this tactic, but she actually treats the kids okay. She had younger. Backstory stuff. And she would know this. She's going wherever Goldie would be.
Okay, cool. So you pass probably the larger of the inns. It's called the Border South, is what they call it. It's the inn that is on the lower half of the town. But you go towards the center of the town looking for Goldie. As you all follow, you find a inn that half of the inn looks like it's run down, and the other half of the inn looks like it's almost brand new. As leads you guys in, she only takes the rundown part of the inn and walks in on that side. The sign up above says the D Mark, and you guys walk in and you find an inn that seems oddly new on one half and oddly old on the other. You see Goldie sitting on the other half of the inn as the newer half.
She's gonna turn to the others, except for Ven, because, you know, it comes as a package deal. Turns to the other three, points at Romnar first. No milk. And then to the others. Take a seat. I'll deal with this as quickly as I can. Stay out of the way, and try and stay out of sight.
And don't give any money to anyone.
Yes, don't give out any money.
What do you guys say?
Cal takes her words literally and sneaks.
Connor just, all right, goes, takes a seat, and
Romnar
leaves
takes
a
a seat
hand
next to
on his coin pouch while keeping an eye out for anybody around him.
Romnar takes a seat next to him, placing his hammer on top of the table. And then just kind of looking around.
Hammer on the table. Subtle. That won't get them. See, she's just muttering to herself as she's walking towards Goldie. Casually picks up a drink on her way there. It's probably just a tankard of ale at this point.
Who's that was? Don't drink that.
She's not drinking it. She just grabs it. No, she like grabs it, goes up, puts it on the table, and she switches to Thieves' Cant. So in Thieves' Cant, she's just like, "Hey there, how's the family going?" Which she's probably asked, which would be more like, "How go?" Like kind of the business, the organization, like whoever she's got sent out.
As you walk up to Goldie, you find a relatively thin Kenku with a golden beak, and she looks at you and says, "Well, hello there. How might you be? Your family as well?"
You hear it. So, about that gift I was supposed to bring, I got a bit of bad news.
Bad news. Was it too expensive?
Expensive. Ran into some unfriendly shopkeepers, and I don't have it.
Well then, it sounds as though we might need a replacement.
What kind of replacement did you have in mind?
What kind of replacement can you get your hands on?
It's me. What haven't I gotten my hands on?
Goldie reaches into her back pocket and hands you a picture. You pick up this picture, and to your surprise, and Ven knows nothing about this, you see a porcelain mask.
Is it...
Yes.
Okay. She looks, and like, you just see the eye twitch, just immediate twitching, and then she takes a second to kind of get herself under control.
Would this gift be too expensive for you?
Do you just want... Sorry, a motorcycle just drove past my window and went rawr. She looks at the thing, looks at Goldie. If you can tell me where it is, it shouldn't be a problem.
Goldie looks up and around, and we've looked all around and we haven't been able to find it. I think you might be the one.
No idea where it might be sold.
None. I do hear there are only 9 in existence, though.
You heard right. Where'd you get this picture?
A friend.
And I meet the friend?
No.
Well, your friend might be able to give me some help in finding this item.
My friend doesn't want to be known.
Just like very quietly under.
As you start to talk again, you try to speak up. Goldie cuts you off and says, "You're not supposed to be in the upper half. Go back to the slums," and turns away and walks.
Just like you just watch her get irritated, more irritated by the second. Puts the photo away. Is very tempted to knock the ale off the table dramatically, but doesn't. Just turns around, gestures at the others, and walks out the door.
All right, cool. As you guys walk out of the D-Mark, Connor, you want to say something?
No, Connor's just
Wait.
okay.
As she's walking out, can I see if anybody is paying particular attention to either Ven and herself or the boys? She wants to see if anybody's like.
Well, Connor would have been looking. Connor would have been looking around for that anyway, because he's paying attention to it.
Romanor is just looking at all of the things around. He's not looking at people.
Yes. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Both of us or just her?
$16.
16. Okay. As you notice that when you walk out of the D-Mark, and on the other end, when you peer into the upper half, you see Goldie walk out of the D-Mark, and you see that there is kind of an average-sized fox just kind of watching you guys. And as Goldie starts to walk off into the upper half of the city, the fox turns around and follows Goldie.
Oop. Is there... I'm going to assume there's been a place in the city that her and Ven have probably stayed at multiple times when they've been down here.
Yes.
Or probably some place. Okay. She looks to the others. Looks to Ven. I think our friend has more than one tail on her. Take the others to the inn. I'll meet you down there.
You go with her now?
I'll be fine. It's me. If I can't sneak my way, I'll just stab my way out of it.
Don't like that. But fine.
As you guys are talking, you guys decide what's going to happen. Then you take them to the Border South Inn, which is just an inn that is in the center of the lower half of town, which is kind of an ironic name, since seeing as the slum is the northern end of the city, but they call it the Border South. Are you going with them to the Border South?
No, she's going to tail the tail.
She's going to tail the tail. Okay. As you
Okay.
go to try and cross over into the upper half, you are stopped by guards. You need to pay a toll.
I can't just sneak. They're gonna see me anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Broad daylight.
Fine. What's the toll?
10 gold.
Do I have 10? I assume I have 10 gold.
I'd
That's
assume you have 10 gold.
Yeah, okay. She's just kind of grabs it, chucks it in their hands, and like tries to move past.
All right, cool. You walk past and you see Goldie walking with a fox right next to it.
Can I sneak now and try and listen in?
Sure.
It's a 16 plus 12.
Wow. You sneak. They cannot see you at all. You are 007 in this shit. Let me tell you. But there are no words going on. This is a very quiet walk.
I don't like that. Okay. She's just gonna tail him for a while and see where they end up.
Okay, cool. So as you're tailing them, you find that the fox hops up onto Goldie's shoulder, and they both just walk into an inn in the center of the upper half called the Border North.
Windows?
What you saying?
Are there windows?
Windows.
Because I don't know if she's gonna go inside. There's too. No, she's not. She's going to find a place near a window, and she's still sneaking. But so she's gonna go inside, or go by the window. She's going to try and watch where they go and sit first. I have something else, but she's gonna go watch them first.
Okay, cool. You watch as Goldie sits down and orders a drink and a meal, and it seems it's all above board. Seems like there isn't much happening there.
And it doesn't look like they're speaking.
No.
Fine. She'll probably stake it out for at least an hour. Just kind of watch, see what's going up. If she doesn't see anything, yeah.
Well, at this stakeout, we'll call it a quick break, okay? We'll take 5 or 10. Everybody can get water, feed themselves, and we'll put the stream on pause for those of you who can hear us and who can see us, and we'll be trying to troubleshoot some technical difficulties as things going on as well. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. For those of you who are a part of our Twisted Observation deck, players may pop in. I might pop in during our break to kind of talk with you guys. So, yep, I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. Are we paused? Ren?
Hello.
Hello. We are back.
Hello there.
Or Twisted Perceptions. All right. So where we left off for our break, we were going through. We were just figuring some stuff out. We needed some water, stuff like that. We got thirsty. But where we were before we left off is Az was just outside of the border north, trying to spy on Goldie and this fox. Az, what are you doing, my friend?
Us. She is sneaking like the wind. Is standing outside the window watching them. And I said she was gonna stake it out for about an hour and a half to see if
Okay.
anything happens.
Mm-hmm. You've stuck it out for about an hour and a half, and not a lot is happening at all.
Fine. She does need to get back to the others. So if she sees nothing happening, she's gonna head back now.
All right, cool. Since you're heading back, you're going to go ahead and come back in. That fox that you were watching is going to cross your path as you are walking back to the lower half of town, and it's going to just look at you and then keep walking.
Nope. How did it have? Saw my sneak. Oh, she don't like that. She's impulsive enough. She's gonna follow. She's still sneaking, but she's following.
Fox knows where you are.
I can tell, but she's not exactly just gonna like walk up. So
Okay,
she's gonna,
cool.
she's gonna keep tailing him now. She's like,
Well, you're telling the fox, and you see the fox is headed back in the same direction as the border north. What do you want to do with that?
what?
It's headed in the direction of the border north, where you just left from.
Internally, she's complaining why everybody has to go in every other direction to go. But she's gonna follow.
All right, cool. So you follow, and you see this fox take a humanoid form as it goes into the border north, and it still retains its fox-like tail, and it looks back behind it at you, and winks and walks in the back door of the border north.
Like, no. She's not kind of going quite yet. She's gonna slip off just a little bit away, and she's going to take Katai and put him on the ground, and she's gonna instruct him to go up and through the door. And once he's inside, she looks around to make sure nobody's looking at her. Just
Okay.
as sight.
As you're doing that, let's pan over to the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Team, what are we doing? Currently in the border south. Right, Riley, you're breaking up again. I'm sorry, brother.
Connor would end up looking towards Van because she's there and be like, "What is going on with sister? Why is she hell bent on us all joining together?"
You are muted.
Sorry. Well, she says that she's traveled with all of us for 10 years in the future. She's remembered things, but none of us do. That we're all allies. Now, there's one thing I know about my sister, is that she's not... You can trust what she says in this case. It's a hard tale to believe. I didn't believe it first, but this is too crazy for her to make up. The fact that she traveled with you idiots I don't want to believe it, but I can look in her eyes. This is important. To see her as convicted as she is, something's going on.
But you believe her with all this nonsense?
I do.
Or- Okay.
And let me make myself perfectly clear. Even if I didn't, I would follow to the ends of the earth.
Alright.
But I do. I believe something happened.
Ramanor has ordered another milk.
Really, you stop with the fucking milk, you cowman!
What do you want from me? I mean, we're in a inn this time. It's not a tavern.
God.
Try an
Did
ale.
I get orange
Try
juice
an
or
ale.
water?
Try one ale for the life of me, please.
Yes, one.
What even is that?
It doesn't matter. Connor orders him an ale, takes the milk, and just says, "Drink this. Just drink this."
Romanor, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 17.
Okay, you take back this ale. Give me, and I need you to say, give me even or not. I'm going to call it chance die here.
Even.
I rolled a 4. You guys are on point. You absolutely love this. You don't know what it is. You've never drank it before, but this is your new milk. Like you love this.
Oh
You
my
taste
god.
the little like flavors in it. I mean, it's a little
Oh,
weird, but I think I like this stuff.
Did we just make the paladin an alcoholic?
Yes.
Is that what we've done?
The cleric has made the paladin an alcoholic.
that
Great.
Constitution saving throw, it doesn't really phase you that much. I mean, you're also just a 9'6" guy, so like it'd be hard to get you drunk anyway. But yeah, it doesn't really phase you a whole
give me a
lot.
tankard of like rum or whiskey, maybe.
One. That one. Instantly hammered.
All right, cool.
Ramanor will slam back the rest of the ale.
Cool. And as we pan back to you, what are you doing, my friend?
He sends Katai in the door and starts watching through his sight.
Okay. As you see that, you see this humanoid fox person thing walk into this tavern, the Border North, and it just walks upstairs, and that's what you see. Does Katai follow?
Katai has been instructed to follow the thing until she tells him otherwise.
Okay, cool. So you see Katai follow the humanoid fox, and as Katai goes up the steps, you see that this thing or person or fox was waiting for Katai. And Katai looks up, and you see in its eyes the fox bends down at the waist from how tall it is, and looks you familiar in its eyes, and you just see it mouth words, and then. What do you do? Can you hear through Katai's ears?
Yeah. Yeah, she can. Because she can use the senses.
You hear, "You cannot lie to me."
Oh. Oh, I don't like this. Is the voice familiar?
No.
She can't talk through him, though, so she can't, like, reply. I mean, Katai is still a lizard, though, and he can still do what he wants, so his tongue just rubs back down into his mouth.
Okay. The fox man just kind of looks and says, scurry your way to your master. I'm sure we'll meet.
And at which point, Katai turns around and returns to as she's telling him to.
What do you do after Katai returns to you?
So she picks him up, stops using his senses, and it's just like everything in her wants so badly to go up there and just like do things, but she's not stupid enough to do it by herself. At least yet. So she makes note of where this place is. And heads back down to Border South to go meet up with her sister and the others.
Okay, as you leave the border north, I need you to roll me a perception check.
That would be a nat 1 for 10.
Right, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
painful.
You're heading back on to the border south. All right, have fun. As you walk to the
Don't
border,
like that!
as you walk towards the border south, you see a hawk drop down and starts to like hover in front of you, and then drops a piece of paper in your hands.
Nobody give me a piece of paper like a normal person. Just, walk up.
I'm sure you've already assumed, but you recognize this to be something that Goldie would do.
Right. It's got to be dramatic about it. Just, like muttering as she goes and
Open the piece of paper, and in Goldie's handwriting, you see the words, "Try harder next time."
Oh, baby, trying hard to break that lovely golden beak of yours. I wonder how much money I could get for golden beak. And she's like, and as she continues walking, she's just like mentally trying to calculate how Ken could be.
Mhm.
Like, so anyway, so she walks, and she's gonna head in to the inn that the others are staying at.
All right, cool. As you get to the border south, you see that everyone's hanging out, but what you do notice is Romanor pounding ales. There are 4 tankards of empty ale sitting next to him now, and he's doing great. You can tell that he's visibly not drunk.
Stops as she sees that and just. It took us 2 years to get that done before. I leave you alone for 2 hours. I'm not even going to complain.
What took you so long?
Well, our tail had a tail, but I'm not even sure it was a tail anymore. And she walks over, orders herself a rum, if she needs that. And she takes Katai off her shoulder, sets him on the table so he can kind of skitter around and get some flies or something, whatever's wandering around the room. Feed himself. Drinks a little. Followed into Border North. And when I realized it wasn't a tail, and they apparently knew each other, decided to stake it out for a little bit. Didn't see anything until apparently I was spotted. I don't ever get spotted. Fox wasn't a fox. Not entirely? I'm not entirely sure. And
Yeah, that sounds like druid magic.
but he stayed part fox when he turned human-ish. Maybe? It's not a magic I know.
Ah,
Not part of my wheelhouse.
Would Ven recognize any of the magic?
You would recognize that this is some type of advanced familiar magic.
She relays that.
No, but that. Like, as in as in that fox thing was a familiar.
What?
As in that is it? I glitched.
You're not
As
going
in
to answer.
the fox thing. I'm not gonna get it.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever. that's what she's going to assume anyway. And she's going to be like, oh, lovely, so good. Hi, and decided to go and make something fancier. Well, that doesn't track. That tracks entirely. Anyway. Kind of threatened me. But anyway, we're done now. And we've got 2 jobs to do.
So where do we go first? Goldie's job? Or the other one? The Battle Master, Game Master.
Well, at least I've got a lead on the Game Master. I don't have anything on the mask. Just yet. So we're going to take out the Game Master. I'm going to acquire what goods I can, what money I can, and that money is going to get me the information. Whether that's from Goldie or somebody else.
Never did trust her.
Yeah, well, that's the business, isn't it? And she's just like slowly drinking her rum, she's like watching Katai, and then I can't even like, just watching him pound down ales.
Yeah,
For
this
those
is
of
pretty good stuff.
our friends watching and who thought that my voice choice for Goldie was weird, is because Goldie is a biological man that identifies as a woman. All right, let's continue going. Thank you.
She drinks, and she's like, so, unless anybody's got some issues they would like to address, I think we rest here for tonight, and then head over to Worsted tomorrow.
I guess that's the best way, considering that, of course, that it can be a little bit easier on the mind when we get there.
None of this is easy on the mind, but okay.
At least we don't have to worry about the milkman over here.
You're very welcome.
I'm not thanking you.
I mean, I still like milk. It's just I'm enjoying my new drink.
I was being sarcastic. Anyway,
6 years to learn sarcasm the last time. But at this point, if you can get him to drink, and as I wouldn't put past you whatever you could get him done in a few hours now. Anyways, I would like to go and rest. Anybody else?
Yes.
Cool.
sure.
She's gonna get up and go round up rooms for them, which she's
Sounds
probably gonna like. She'll get one for her and Ben, and then she's just gonna be mean and only order one for the boys.
All right.
You can
As you-
shove all 3 of them into one room.
As you guys order your rooms, you guys go to sleep. Is there anyone that wants to do anything before they fall asleep?
No, but Connor is going to use his Vigilant Blessing, which gives him an advantage on his next initiative roll. And there's no time limit for that, so...
Yeah,
Sounds
and
good.
Az is going to also put alarm on her and Ven's room. The spell, she can cast a spell. Huh?
I'm
Promenor is
guessing-
doing that for the boys.
Yeah, I was about to
Promenor's doing that for the boys' room.
And Az will put it up on her and Ven's room. So anything tries to get in or tries to touch the door itself will set it off and
Okay. And at well, actually no. This is the dungeon master speaking to Shaq. Shaq, for playing your character so well for thus far, I'm going to give you a choice. Would you like to get 1 point of inspiration, or would you like to be able to call on 1 deja vu dice at any point in time?
I want a deja vu dice.
You can choose when you want it.
Cool.
All right. So as you all lie down to go to sleep, I'm actually going to call for a deja vu dice. Give me even or odd, Shaq.
Even.
Odd.
Ah, Frank, this is the first time I missed it.
Yeah, you go to sleep, you don't get nothing.
Hey, at least
Uh,
it's not a nightmare, okay? But anyway.
I had a good one too.
Oh, come on. Don't taunt me with that. Anyway.
Ramanor will.
Oh, and before they go to sleep, when Ven, whatever, she's gonna be like, next time you come out of there, I want that stone.
I will not let you touch the stone without me present.
Fine. It's me. Gets into bed. And knocks out. She has no problem falling asleep anywhere at any point.
Ramanor, before bed, will sit, takes out a little incense tray and lights a stick of incense, and just kind of, though he doesn't have the spell commune, he's going to commune with the Wild Mother, because being inside of a building in this completely man-made place, he's just like, I don't feel close. I need to reconnect with nature. So he's just gonna kind of meditate for a little bit on that.
Are the beds in that room bunks at all?
Ramanor's sleeping on the floor. Don't worry about it.
That's
No,
I
it's
mean,
because he likes
I
height.
think Hal wants to sleep
Oh,
on the
height.
Yeah.
top to protect
Yeah,
his
exactly.
tree.
yeah.
Yeah. I already figured that much.
No,
Hal
we
will
cannot
not
hear you.
use the ladder, he will fireman climb the pole on the side.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Ford,
Just
we
have
do not hear
Ramanor
you,
fall
Ford.
asleep standing.
I don't hear him.
Have Ramanor fall asleep standing. You can just sleep on his shoulders.
And I
Ford's
Ford's
Yeah.
audio has died.
hurrah.
Yeah.
I think his headphones are dead.
Yeah.
He wouldn't
They're
sleep
wired,
on.
though.
Unplug, plug it back in. Nope. Nope.
The dungeon master, whatever shall. Oh, he
Oh,
gone. David!
Welcome
I
back.
I can't do anything about that. That's
I dropped. That was my fault.
I can't do anything about that if we drop. And I think
I'm
Shaq
back.
Pros too. Yes, we hear
I'm
you
back.
now.
Oh,
All right,
Yeah,
Riley. Even or odd? And no, there are no
Cool.
bunk beds.
Even or even.
8. That is even. As you close your eyes to just pray to the Wild Mother, you feel a reassuring pat on your shoulder, and you hear just in the deepness of your own mind, "It is okay, my child."
Am I with the right people?
There's going to be a lot of pain, but you're strong. Can you be strong for them?
I'm always strong for my friends.
Well, they are your friends, Ramanor. They would die for you, though some of them don't believe it just yet.
And I would always die for them.
Ramanor, this will be the hardest thing you've ever done. Are you ready?
I'm pretty much ready for anything.
After this, come be with me.
I will.
And the voice disappears.
Ramanor will put out the incense stick, pack things up, and place his shield on the ground. Bag on top of that. That'll be his pillow, and he puts the bedroll out.
All right. Cal and Connor, you see Ramanor making up his little paddle. You see him roll out a 10-foot long bedroll. You're like, where the fuck did he get that from? And you just, you guys are just hanging out like, wow, okay, cool. And anything else you guys want to do as you're falling asleep?
Ven would bamf into the ring,
Sounds good.
and before she goes to sleep, she's going to take the stone. She's going to pick it up. Alright, asshole. You called for my sister. You get me. What the fuck do you want?
I think it's you who wants something.
I want
And-
you to leave my sister alone.
It goes blank. No response.
She's gonna go to bed.
All right. Cal, you are woken up by noticing that there is something on the roof. Something from a place very familiar to you.
Is there a window in the room?
There's.
Cal is gonna go over to the window
All right.
and he's gonna open it.
Okay, you open up the window. Connor, you feel a slight draft. You don't really know why Connor's up. Your high passive perception doesn't really give you anything on this for some reason. But you just see Cal. You just see Cal like staring out of an open window, getting ready to climb out of it.
Cal, what the hell are you doing?
Cal jumps slightly startled at hearing his voice. He's not used to being around strangers.
Ramonor.
It's still nighttime, right?
Yep.
Okay. Cal, what are you
You
doing?
suck.
What exactly is... Why'd you open the window?
Well, really enjoy the outdoors. Roll deception.
You said what?
I really like the outdoors.
Connor.
Uh-huh. And you rolled deception?
Yeah, for dirty.
Yeah, never
20.
mind. He got a 10 on that roll, so he believes him. And he's just gonna look and it's like, and what are you gonna do? Go out the window?
Yeah, I just wanted to go on the roof and look at the stars for a few minutes,
Connor is going to look at him and be like, you know what? I'll go with you. And he's going to use his step of the night in order to get a flying speed of 30 feet.
Ford's face says it all.
That is
Stupid Twilight Domain cleric.
Wait a minute. Ramonor's now awake.
Yeah. Ramonor is now awake.
Because they passed through his alarm. He just kind of, looks at the door, closed, looks back at the window.
Which would mean that he would end up seeing Connor outside
Hang out of the
flying.
room. Yeah.
Hold on. An
Um,
audible alarm produces the sound of a handbell for 10 seconds when 60 feet. Would that also wake up Az and Vet? Well, Az, Ven's in the ring.
No, are you?
Yeah, if you move, she'll know.
Are you within 60 feet of their room?
Well, I don't know. Or how far are the rooms from each other? That's a question for the DM.
I guess the doors would probably be about 30 feet apart each. The rooms are a little larger, so yeah, you probably would be able to hear it.
Oh, why are you guys outside?
Because the sneaky elf wants to go sit on the roof.
Cal, as you get up to the roof, those two are talking, and you see a humanoid figure with a fox's tail standing on the roof.
Nope!
After he says that, Connor would have just gone up to the roof too.
You also see it.
If Az did Az hear the alarm? I need to know.
Yes.
Ramonor
wakes
drops
up.
the spell.
Az wakes up. She does not want to open the door and set off her own alarm. She wants to set her own on first. She's gonna go up to the door and kind of look under through the crack and she is going to summon Katai outside of the door and send him wandering off and go. So you see Katai pitter patter into the boys' room and just kind of stare with his blep.
Well, the
Okay.
door's never opened. The door's still closed.
Oh, he's
Closed.
gonna go up to the door and he's gonna. You just hear teeny tiny claws on the door. Lizard claws.
I'm
Alright.
gonna drop the spell, so he'll open the door.
And you see Katai.
Oh, hi there, little buddy.
Katai tries to climb up Ramanor.
Ramanor puts a hand down.
He jumps in, and like his eyes, instead of being his regular color, are the color. Because it's okay. So it's something that doesn't discuss. Azurus has 2 colored eyes. You've got a brown one and a green one.
Does Ramanor
I'm-
even notice with a pass of 11?
Probably not. But anybody else who looks at him is gonna be like, those aren't.
What are you doing skidding around this time of night?
Like rolls up your arm, is looking at the others.
Yeah, you're being weird. They're outside trying to sit on the roof or something.
All right, Cal, what do you do? Connor, what do you do?
Connor's gonna land on the roof and be like, "Were you the one that Azura saw earlier?"
I could be. Who are you?
Companion, unknown compatriot,
He
or an utter fool who somehow got dragged into chaos. I haven't
Chew for a
decided which
second.
one.
and he kind of clicks his teeth. Not lying. Okay, so what is it then that you are here for?
Personally, no idea.
Just okay, understood. He looks to you, Cal, and is like, "You're from the Ironwood."
Yes, I am.
Why are you so far?
The woman from earlier said that I had to come, and I don't know. I got kind of nervous.
Because she told me to.
Well, I guess there isn't much else I have. You. And he kind of looks at you all, and then, without even warning,
Before he goes anywhere, he's just like, "Are you here to deliver a message or anything?"
Stalker.
here to see if lying.
Who's lying?
He looks, and he kind of smiles, and he says, "You." And then all trace of his existence disappears.
Connor casts the invisibility on himself.
You see nothing.
Son of a bitch. Connor gets an eye twitch. This just keeps getting weirder and fucking weirder. Then he looks to Cal. Was this what you came up here for?
Maybe.
Connor, annoyed, just... Well, if it's been over a minute, he casts Step of the Night again, and just drops off of the side of the roof, flies back to the room and goes inside, and just sits on the bed for a minute, contemplating everything that happened as he brings up to speed Romanar, not realizing Azurus is listening in.
Okay.
After he explains, Katai disappears. And he goes back to Azurus. Well, to his pocket
I feel
dimension.
like Ramanor was laying on the ground with Katai on his chest,
And then you just see
just
Katai
like
go.
playing with him.
Katai just poofs.
Okay, Az, what do you do?
There's some weird,
Goes back to sleep.
fox guy who was on the roof,
Yes.
and now he's gone.
Also, yes.
Huh. Nothing to be worried about then, I guess. Let's go back to bed.
I don't know, maybe. Cal just ends up laying down, and Connor ends up laying down after a while and just thinks about everything that's happened within the last 48 hours. And how much everything has just gone downhill since he went after the Covenant vampires.
Well, with that, I think this is the perfect place to end session 1, episode 1.
Ah! Just wails in agony.
For the record, Al does not go back to the room. He just goes to sleep on the roof.
Are you?
Well, for those of you who are watching and are still watching us, I am not looking at our Twitch right now, so I can't tell you how many people are watching us currently. We have finished our first session, and just some quick announcements. If you do not know any of us personally, that means you are watching us for the first time and probably have either heard through us over social media or you stumbled upon our Twitch just while you were on Twitch. And if so, then we got social media. We got Instagram. We've got TikTok. So just follow us at Twisted Perceptions. We also have a Patreon. There are 3 tiers. There's a $3 tier. I believe there's a $9 tier and there's a $12 tier. Correct? $8 tier. I'm sorry. There's an $8 tier.
8 and 12.
3 gets you access to our Discord and also to our particular section of channels in our Discord. One of them is